Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, September 12th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 548 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Video captures Rudy Giuliani's rambling speech at a 9/11 dinner in which he impersonated Queen Elizabeth II. Donald Trump's Chicago property tax was slashed by 30% because retail space in the city's Trump Tower was mostly empty, a report says. Biden's vow to fix the student loan mess is about to get a big test as two companies shut down and leave millions of borrowers hanging. His education department needs to deliver on its promises, an expert says. Japan detects suspected China submarine near southern island. Chinese city with coronavirus outbreak stops buses, trains. Wildfire forces closure of part of freeway in California. Truex leads 1-2-3 finish for Joe Gibbs racing at Richmond. Hospital to stop delivering babies after employees quit rather than get COVID vaccine. Arkansas man handles number 15 Texas, 40-21, crowd rushes field. Newsom slams challenger Larry Elder for telling supporters to report election fraud ahead of Tuesday's recall election. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Spacewalk outside the International Space Station, NASA. Top security officials to reinstall Capitol fence ahead of far-right rally, The Guardian. Taliban, women can study in gender-segregated universities, Associated Press. Sources, San Francisco 49ers trade for number 3 draft pick spurred by concern over New England Patriots moving up for Mac Jones, ESPN. Trade talks for Texans QB Deshaun Watson could pick up around November 2nd deadline, NFL.com. Mudslide on scenic Colorado highway tests limits of aging infrastructure in era of climate change, NBC News. Japan detects suspected China submarine near southern island, Yahoo News. Biden declassifies secret FBI report detailing Saudi nationals' connections to 9/11, NPR. 26 states have now fully vaccinated at least half of all residents, but a surge of unvaccinated COVID-19 patients is straining hospitals, CNN. College football power rankings after week 2, ESPN. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. FBI releases declassified file of probe into possible 9/11 Saudi government links. 18-year-old Brit ranked 150th in world wins U.S. Open. Report, COVID cases, deaths notably worse in red states than blue states. Trump drops big hint about presidential run at meeting with Manhattan police. Salesforce offers to relocate workers affected by Texas abortion law. Ashton Kutcher's ESPN spot overwhelmed by take a shower chance. Long lines for COVID-19 vaccine in Nairobi, few takers in Atlanta. Lizzo surprises her mom with a new wardrobe in heartfelt video. Trump congratulates Rudy Giuliani for the 20th time, on 9/11 anniversary. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Ninth grader takes a huge step towards stardom. Morris Brown College to restore historic building. Weight of many felt in soldiers' sacrifice. Air Force Base conducts controlled hunt for gators. Tenants go 11 days without power. Video shows frightening moments mom is robbed. Babies born on 9/11 survive and strive. Church volunteer killed in accident. 13-year-old saves 4 sisters from house fire. Military mom surprises family at school. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. The conservative lawyer behind the Texas abortion law. Republicans attack President Biden's vaccine mandates. Black capitalism promised a better city for everyone. What happened? 9/11, vaccine mandates, California recall, your weekend briefing. Recall updates, what if Newsom resigned before the election? After the 9/11 attacks, Boston found a focus for its anger. If the police lie, should they be held liable? Often the answer is no. FBI releases newly declassified document related to September 11 attacks. Novak Djokovic tries to end 52-year Grand Slam drought at U.S. Open. Emma Raducanu wins U.S. Open in a miraculous run. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. U.S. shoots down Iranian drones attacking airport in Iraq, officials. New Yorkers react to Biden's vaccine mandate, it's going against everybody's will. Rebecca Koffler, Socialism in America, a warning to my adopted homeland about the evils of the system. FBI releases newly declassified 9/11 document 20 years after attacks. NFL Week 1 odds, why the Seahawks, Broncos and more are your best bets. Florida divers mark 9/11 by draping massive American flag on sunken World War II ship. California prostitution bill advances, would decriminalize loitering with intent. Don't let California become Texas, Newsom says, as residents, businesses flee. Hack of Texas GOP website on 9/11 made my day, ex-Biden Obama advisor says. Leila Fernandez shares uplifting message for New Yorkers after US Open loss on 9/11. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, September 12th. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Emma Raducanu, 18, dons black dress and trainers as she shows off Grand Slam trophy. Pensioners reveal price of abandoning the triple lock pledge. Cabinet Chief Simon Case lets civil servants work from home. Sir Ian Duncan Smith says speed of national insurance rise strained public trust in the government. Dan Hodges, what happens the next time Boris Johnson turns to voters and begs, please trust me? David Miller denounces Boris Johnson's fundamental breach of true Tory values. Emma Raducanu says she'll frame the Queen's letter after U.S. Open triumph. You're too old for me, Katie Price turned down by NTA's guest after asking for his number. Tory alarm over poll tax 2.0 tax rate amid warnings it will hammer families. Haunting video shows Bernadette Walker, 17, laughing with the best pal mother. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Iran to allow new memory cards in UN's nuclear site cameras. With rockets and rhetoric, Hamas seeks to leverage Palestinian prisoner escape. More evacuated as Spain deploys military against wildfire. Typhoon pours 5 inches of rain on Taiwan, heads for Shanghai. Al-Qaeda chief appears in 9/11 video amid rumors he is dead. Kenyan women love the idea of a women-only rideshare, they hate that the option costs more. Taliban, women can study in gender-segregated universities. Taliban flag flies over Kabul presidential palace as world commemorates 9/11 attacks. Abima El Guzman, leader of Peru's Shining Path terrorist group, dies at 86. The U.S. branded the hack as terrorists and issued $5 million bounties, now they're in power in the Taliban government. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Post-illness symptoms like long COVID are probably more common than we think. Macon Hosey. Co-pilot review, heavy-handed attempt to humanize a 9/11 terrorist. Restaurant workers are getting stiffed. It's time for employers to pay up. I don't feel pressure. Emma Raducanu loving life after US Open triumph. Cop shop review, taut, 70s style actioner. What I saw that night was real. Is it time to take aliens more seriously? The spy writer who held a grudge against Lee Carr comes in from the cold. California recall, Newsom fights for survival as historic crises fuel extraordinary race. Venice Film Festival 2021, in pictures. Top security officials to reinstall Capitol fence ahead of far-right rally. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Japan passes 50% vaccination rate, may ease limits in November. Capitol Police recommend January 6 officers for discipline. Search in Mexico Hill collapse slowed by fears of landslides. Suit filed over Confederate statue in mostly black Tuskegee. Hurricane Larry wipes out power, trees in Newfoundland. UN chief, world is a pivotal moment and must avert crises. COVID-19 infections spread through gorillas at Atlanta Zoo. Families of Afghanistan troops grieve, reflect on past 2 decades. Evangelical Lutheran Church installs first transgender bishop. Iran says UN Atomic Agency head arriving in Tehran for talks. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Pope warns of anti-Semitism as he visits Hungary. FBI begins declassifying documents into Saudi 9/11 links. US Open, Canadian team Leila Fernandez's remarkable run. 9/11 anniversary, emotional tributes paid to lives lost. U.S. remembers 20th anniversary of 9/11. Guantanamo Bay, in a courtroom, just feet away from 9/11 suspects. Emma Raducanu tells BBC she's ready for anything. It means everything. Raducanu on historic U.S. Open win. Emma Raducanu's hometown celebrates U.S. Open win. Emma Raducanu, U.S. Open champion outstanding, says the Queen. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Joe Biden's $2 billion rapid testing plan calls for discounted COVID tests at Amazon, Kroger and Walmart. History curriculum, books were written by and for white people. What about kids of color? It doesn't get easier. Grief at Ground Zero still palpable 20 years after 9/11. Today in history for September 12th. Biden's pay respects at 9/11 Pentagon Memorial. EU Council President Michel meets Pope Francis. Americans honor lives lost in 9/11 terrorist attacks on 20-year anniversary. AP top story September 11th p. Slain Marine killed in attack returns home. Mourners in Shanksville mark 20 years since 9/11. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Wildfire burns nearly 400 acres near Castaic, prompting closure of 5 freeway. LA County adds dozens of vote centers ahead of Tuesday's recall election. Reading names of 9/11 victims is a real history lesson for some LA youths. Solemn remembrances, barbecue lunches and last-ditch pleas on recall campaign's final weekend. Weather helps firefighters make progress against California blazes. LA County tax stores report higher demand for ivermectin, unproven COVID treatment. Democrats fight California recall but say party must do better, don't just sit there. Column, the recall circus has managed to ignore staggering crisis ripping apart California. Column, she feeds hundreds of homeless daily in Orange County, city officials want her out. Thanks, I used to hate being dissed by Larry Elder, now I consider it a badge of honor. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, September 12th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Taliban rolls out red carpet through China's Belt and Road Initiative. BBC admits Syria chemical attack documentary had serious flaws. Fossil fuel capitalism is cutting our lives short. A new study shows that 17 billion life years could be saved if air pollution was reduced to WHO standards, but there's only one way to do it: ending the system that pollutes the world in the name of profit. England vaccine passport plans ditched, Javid says. Thousands in the Netherlands set to demonstrate for urgent action to end housing shortage, Dutch News NL. The Taliban held their own women's march, with armed guards and scripts for the protesters. Japan, Vietnam signed defense transfer deal amid China worries. FBI releases newly declassified record on September 11th attacks. A new stratospheric polar vortex is forming over the North Pole. As the seasonal cooling begins, it will keep strengthening into December, influencing the 2021/2022 winter season. CDC study, unvaccinated 11 times more likely to die from COVID-19. UN chief, world is a pivotal moment in moving in wrong direction. Indonesia ends deforestation pact with Norway, citing non-payment. Twitter astroturfing campaigns intensify as Canada's election day draws near. Japanese university developing coronavirus vaccine in form of a nasal spray. England will be first country to require new homes to include EV chargers. The next headlines are from Forbes. Amid pricey electric cars at IAA Mobility, more affordability is promised. China's sincere pharmaceutical advances at home after exit from New York Stock Exchange. Broadway theater owner floating on air after record-breaking deal. Combined no-hit bid, a fitting accomplishment for the Milwaukee Brewers team first approach this season. BTS score yet another billion-view music video with Idol. Corey Aldrich's reflections as the youngest player in the Mets-Braves game after 9/11. 18-year-old Emma Raducanu goes from qualifier to U.S. Open champion after winning 10th straight match. Edmund Sumner tears to left Achilles as Indiana Pacers depth shrinks. Producers of LuLaRoe documentary have a scripted show in the works. 5 keys for the San Francisco 49ers in Week 1 against the Detroit Lions. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,731,020,290 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Venice jury member Sarah Gadon really happy with awards decisions. Dashcam review, a social media monster meets a monster of a different kind. The Queen's Gambit leaves winners on night 1 of Creative Arts Emmys. Marvel Studios scores its first Emmys with WandaVision. On the Job, The Missing 8 Feet review, sprawling, uneven but gripping thriller about multi-level Filipino corruption. 2021 Creative Arts Emmys, winners list, updating live. The Forgiven review, Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain face their demons in the desert. Malignant, why critics and fans alike are freaking out about the horror film's third act. TIFF Tribute Award winners talk festival return, fate of movie theaters, quarantine binges. Senegal's Lacom Studios launches with TIFF Midnight Madness Selection Saloon. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. I got a mild breakthrough case, here's what I wish I'd known. Surfers are trading natural waves for artificial ones in Waco, Texas. Transgender bishop steps into historic role in the Evangelical Lutheran Church. Reports, U.S. drone strike targeted aid worker carrying water, not explosives. Abima El-Ghazm, leader of Shining Path insurgency in Peru, dies at 86. On the 20th anniversary, U.S. allies honor the lives lost on 9/11. For a journalist, the cost of war seen through a soldier's life cut short. A day of remembrances and reflection, 20 years after the 9/11 attacks. For many American Muslims, the legacy of 9/11 lies in the battle for civil rights. Whatever happened to pandemic wedding plans of the Malawian and Netherlander? The following headlines are from the week. 5 scathingly funny cartoons about Biden's recent stumbles. Why playing Pokemon Go is a bit like being a subject of an authoritarian government. 18-year-old Emma Raducanu caps stunning U.S. Open run with finals victory. Why harboring large-scale terrorist camps may be a risky repeat for Taliban. Biden returning to an updated September 10 mindset when it comes to foreign policy, former advisor says. Taliban recognition not inactive, current discussion in Biden's White House. George W. Bush alludes to growing domestic terror threat in 9/11 anniversary remarks. U.S. commemorates 9/11 at Ground Zero, Pentagon, Shanksville Memorial. What America has learned since 9/11. The next headlines are from Universe Today. In addition to gravitational waves, is there any way to detect merging black holes? ALMA's new receivers will let it see longer wavelengths, peering closer to the beginning of the universe. Doomed satellite was equipped with a drag sail to deorbit it after its mission was complete. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, September 12th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. NASA drought research, glimpsing the future. Moon, Antares and Venus on September 12th. Wildfire threatens a SETI telescope in California. The next news is from Politico. Britain scraps vaccine passport plan. U.S. won't solve problems in Europe, leader of largest group in European Parliament warns. Stoltenberg, European allies were consulted over Afghanistan. Opinion: it's time to dismantle America's residential caste system. We don't have the luxury to not knock on doors, Dems embrace field work after 2020 absence. COVID data dearth at New York public housing continues a pattern of neglect. Dems hurtle toward a new fiscal cliff. Top Zelensky aide optimistic on U.S. relations, but concerns about Nord Stream 2 pipeline persist. 6 Capitol Police officers facing discipline for January 6 actions, dozens absolved. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Rugby Championship 2021 live, grandstand finish awaits as Springboks fight back. Australian News Live, 1 million Moderna doses coming as outbreak accelerates in Victoria. Suspended Coscoops Racing Awards pool. 4 points, the dog's new Tom Boyd, why Bevo was best on ground, female presidents make history. Man charged after Bayswater North stabbing, investigations continue on Ringwood death. Be in the moment, Hawk Premiership players advise 2 Bulldog teammates. I feel like I am living someone else's life, mother of soccer player in Perth intensive care unit cannot give him a cuddle. How your AFL team went in 2021 and what they should do this offseason. Abdo calls on coaches to help cool rising tensions over refs. Bennett's ability to make believers of his bunnies the real finals story. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The big move, my mother passed her condo on to me through a quitclaim process before she died. Do I owe any taxes on it? Financial crime, the theft was fatal. Employee used 189 credit card refunds to embezzle nearly $200,000, bankrupting packaging firm. Newswatch, companies are now issuing more stock than they did at top of the internet bubble, and here's why that matters. The Tell, stocks may fall 15% by year-end, warns Morgan Stanley. Here are some portfolio moves investors might consider. Spurred on by the pandemic, more homeowners are selling to iBuyers, avoiding hordes of strangers traipsing around their house. Sustainable investing, electric vehicles are gaining traction, but chances are that you'll still be driving a gas-powered car in 2035. Outside the box, companies cannot just wait for the skills they need to show up, they need to train the workers they have. In the U.S., nearly 15% of families went hungry last year. Bookwatch, how can you avoid choking as an investor? Plan for the moment the pressure is on you. TaxWatch, too many ultra-rich people skip taxes, Treasury official says. Why? Because they can. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Mobile royalty stack decline, China's EU SEP snub, new US patent sales data, Oppo v Nokia escalates, think it's getting worse, says biosimilars IP head, plus much more. I am. Can AI be an inventor? Ryan Abbott and Stephen Thaler say why not, Analytics India magazine. Loveland Aerospace Company produces compact, featherlight gear for space, Loveland reporter Herald. Rainy ride to school inspires teen to find solution to flooding, the Guam Daily Post. Multinational corporations and COVID-19, intellectual property rights versus human rights, cadtm.org. U.S. judge gets it right, AI doesn't get patents, TechDirt. The next headlines are from Quartz. Wave makes waves, COVID testing costs, Kenya's Twitter influencers. Smart cities are a legacy of 9/11. Delivery companies are being squeezed between investors and new caps on fees. Can you report your employer for not following the new U.S. vaccine rules? American Muslims are at high risk of suicide. Italy added vaccine passports, and domestic tourism is as high as ever. Luckiest man alive, why 9/11 first responders' outlooks may improve even as physical health fails. Weekend brief, the DeFi is hitting the fan. India is turning the site of a colonial massacre into an Instagram-friendly attraction. The following headlines are from TechDirt. This week in TechDirt history, September 5-11. Huge GTA 4 mod started in 2014 shuts down due to hostility from Take-Two Interactive. U.S. judge gets it right, AI doesn't get patents. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Bayou vs. Utah. Washington Huskies football. Tito Ortiz. Ole Miss football. FSU football. Texas vs. Arkansas. Jackson State football. Holyfield vs. Belfour. Clemson football. Texas A&M football. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Rosatom to start setting up wind power stations across Russia, its press service says. UK Health Minister says government will not introduce COVID vaccine passports, lockdowns over Christmas unlikely. We want independence now, activists clash with police on Catalonia Day in Barcelona, video. Strangest thing that's ever happened at a game, plummeting cat saved by American flag during college football showdown, video. Terrorism defeated, Merkel says not all goals reached after 9/11 as Intel head warns of 2,000 dangerous extremists in Germany. We love Trump, boxing crowd brandishes Trump 2024 feet banner, erupts with chants at ex-US president on 9/11 anniversary, video. Declassified FBI 9/11 memo puts to bed any doubts about Saudi complicity, says group of victims' families. Pot, kettle, President, Ukraine Zelensky talks of Russian authoritarianism, while tearing apart his own country's democracy. Russian economy surpasses earlier estimates to reach 10.5% growth in second quarter of 2021, Rostat. Rose McGowan and Larry Elder to accuse Governor Newsom's wife of attempting to bribe, silence actress about Weinstein at presser. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Reporters may face 14 years in prison for embarrassing UK government officials. US Plan B for Afghanistan, screw up China. McMakin, 9/11 was a day of unforgivable government failure. Boston suburb attempts to limit gun stores with new zoning proposal. Gaslighting the American people, Biden's extraordinarily successful withdrawal from reality. The road to decarbonization, visualizing the United States electricity mix. U.S. military court rules bomb stock is not a machine gun. KFC bets on vegan nuggets amid nationwide poultry shortage. Escobar, 9/9 and 9/11, 20 years later. Japan's first fully autonomous container ship is about to tackle a 236-mile trial run. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. IAEA and Iran reach agreement to avert nuclear deal crisis. Iran training Middle East fighters to fly drones, Israel. Taliban says women can study in gender-segregated universities. 2 Ukraine soldiers die in clashes with separatists. Men don't protect us, they won't respect us, Afghan diaries. Israeli blockade on Gaza eases, but residents are not hopeful. U.S. marks 20th anniversary of 9/11. The West is getting Afghanistan wrong, again. Tunisia president indicates plans to amend constitution. Japan, Vietnam sign defense transfer deal amid China worries. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Pinkerton, 5 hard lessons from America's 20-year journey since 9/11. Breitbart News Daily producer, 9/11 led to a little bit of a 180 in my life. Zuckerberg's investor lobby promises wage raises with amnesty. U.S. gives visas to 283K immigrants from hijacker countries since 9/11. Austin, Taliban is cooperating with getting citizens out, I wouldn't infer any other cooperation from that. Brooks, Biden's partisan vax mandate is more lame and ineffective top-down thinking. Man trapped in elevator for 4 days at shelter run by Andrew Cuomo's sister. Exclusive, Derek Van Orden, Biden administration made America less safe. Exclusive, former Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch, a fighter will defeat the left in 2022. Chinese official mocks U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, the graveyard of empires. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. World's biggest factory to suck carbon from the sky and store it for millions of years turns on in Iceland. Workers discover stash of 239 rare gold coins hidden in walls of French mansion, and they get to share half. Bank that lost 66 workers on 9/11 has paid for all their kids to go to college. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, September 12th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. sex can relieve nasal congestion, and other work honored by 2021 Ig Nobels. Van smashes through Dutch toy store window to steal Lego and Pokemon toys. Woman misses flight, falsely claims bomb on plane at Florida airport, sheriff says. Man dies after being crushed by his own car in McDonald's drive-thru. Affidavit, Texas man murdered woman, shot her husband, because they voted for Biden. Rolling Stones tour manager Mick Brigden dies after accident at home while digging grave for dog. How did artifacts, thousands of years old, turn up in a Mississippi alligator's stomach? Gunman holding a baby shoots at 3 women during road rage clash, Ohio police say. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. What does it actually mean when a company says, "We do not sell your data"? iBrave offers unlimited cloud hosting abilities for under $100. I'd prefer an ankle tag over a quarantine app. 5 reasons why video games should be mandatory in every classroom. Google search finally has a dark mode, here's how to turn it on. Redshift's LED bike pedals claim to keep cyclists safer than regular lights. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, September 12th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. At Sandy's 9/11 healing field, 3,000 flags, 20 years, 1 nation. By stunts number 21 Utah, snaps 9-game losing streak against Utes. Utah Bayou football running blog, Cougars win 26-17, and Utah's winning streak. Test results find no evidence of mercury contamination in Fairmont Park Pond, city announces. We were helping Afghans and giving them a better life. Utah veterans reflect on the horrors they saw, the sacrifices they made after 9/11. Bonner leads rally, Utah state races past North Dakota 48-24. We are one Utah, Governor Spencer Cox urges unity during service event in remembrance of 9/11. Vaccine resistors seek religious exemptions, but what counts as religious? Legacy fire in Davis County not expected to grow after rain aids fire suppression. Biden's vaccine mandate spawns new fear for employers, finding and keeping workers. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Facebook admits it sent misinformation researchers flawed data. Study of 61,000 Microsoft employees finds remote work threatened productivity and innovation. Fans ask questions after first trailer released for The Matrix Resurrections. Some 9/11 news coverage is lost, blame Adobe Flash. Pro-China misinformation operation attempting to exploit U.S. COVID divisions, report says. New battery technologies are making progress. First evidence of elusive triangle singularity shows particles swapping identities. Senator Wyden reflects on 9/11's legacy, mass surveillance. 20 years after the World Trade Center attack, a nation remembers. Security weaknesses in Mozilla VPN found and addressed by audit. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Where were you on September 11, 2001? Check out these shared comments. Man dies, woman critically injured in North St. Louis County motorcycle crash. Illinois deputy wins $7.5 million in lawsuit after spinal injury. Judge orders Missouri restaurant temporarily closed in mask dispute. Police investigating man found dead in North St. Louis City. Flags of valor on display to honor 9/11 heroes until Monday. 3 men charged in East St. Louis shooting that injured 7 people. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. SDPD searching for 87-year-old man suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's disease. California pilot spells out never forget during flight routine for 9/11 tribute. Man arrested after stolen Ferrari crashes into backyard of home in Oceanside. Memorial at USS Midway Museum honors fallen heroes of 9/11. Man sentenced to 15 years after live streaming himself speeding at 167 miles per hour, killing other driver. September 11th. Then and now, see how Lower Manhattan has changed in 20 years. Remembering 9/11, student in Florida classroom recalls moment President Bush learned of attacks. American Airlines pilot remembers father who was flying hijacked flight on 9/11, we will never forget. Feeling the heat, high temperatures forecast through weekend. 1 dead, 2 injured in suspected racing crash in Oceanside. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. SNC to keep U.S. Army communications safe. Northrop Grumman test next-gen electronic warfare suite for F-16 fighters. Russian Army fields newest battle buggies. South Korea pitches advanced artillery system for British Army. Patriot to unveil next-generation armored vehicle at DSEI. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, September 12, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Salesforce to help workers leave states over abortion laws. Pet Food Express removes toy from shelves after East Bay couple says needle found. California parents of 5 children die of COVID-19 weeks apart. 9/11 anniversary, Northern California pilot spells out never forget during flight routine. CA recall, Governor Newsom campaigns in Oakland days before election. Biden embraces message of unity on 9/11 anniversary. Shelter in place in effect due to explosion in SF's Ocean View neighborhood. Are Biden's COVID vaccine mandates legal, and how will they be enforced? Man sentenced to 15 years after live streaming himself speeding at 167 miles per hour, killing other driver. Ceremony honors the victims of the 9/11 terror attacks. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Shaw singles in 10th, Red Sox beat White Sox 9-8. Ricardo Pepi scores 12th goal, FC Dallas ties San Jose 1-1. Smith, Ebner carry Baylor in 66-7 rout of Texas Southern. Brewers Burns, Hader combined to no-hit Indians in 3-0 win. Unity at Beam as 3 presidents commemorate 9/11 in New York. Farmers restore native grasslands as groundwater disappears. Constable, photographed as a child after 9/11, 22-year-old reflects on attack that has colored her life. Wheaton pays tribute to lives lost on 9/11, 20 years later. Elgin residents gather to honor those who died on September 11th. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. 24 of Seattle's quirkiest landmarks and where to find them. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, September 12th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cypher brief security news and high-level analysis. The British and 9/11. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Eye on the Gulf, 94L poised to become our next tropical storm or depression in the Gulf. Tropical system in the Gulf brings back rain chances. Almost $2,000 worth of clothing donations gone after thieves take off with trailer, director says. Capital murder suspect out on bond after execution-style killing of couple in 2018, records show. Dog learns how to walk again after falling off 20-foot overpass in Montgomery Company. Tribute and light shine bright over NYC, marking 20 years since 9/11 attacks. 9/11 remembered, former press secretary to Laura Bush recalls tremendous shock. September 11th Remembrance Ceremony, reading of the names. Eyewitness 29/11, Behind the Lens reveals untold stories, rare video of America's darkest day. Man honors firefighter brother killed on 9/11 by doing good for others every year. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. In conservative Somalia, a rare woman presidential candidate. Pope meets Hungary's Orban at start of 4-day Europe trip. The latest, Bangladesh schools open, most staff vaccinated. Justin Bieber to make triumphant return to MTV VMAs. Ever the showman, Tom Brown stages a stylish extravaganza. Oil-rich Norway goes to polls with climate on the agenda. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Everything you need to know about the Freedom of Information Law. Tompkins Square Halloween Dog Parade and Fort Greene Great Pumpkin Parade are back on for 2021. This NYPD beekeeper has subdued his last swarm. Bruce Springsteen sings I'll See You in My Dreams at 9/11 commemoration ceremony. How NYC Audubon helps birds disoriented from the tribute in light on 9/11. NYC must give teachers with medical and religion exemptions non-classroom work, arbitrator fines. When NYC public schools reopen Monday, some parents plan to sit it out. Why we united after 9/11, but less so for COVID. NYC observes the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. First person, human trafficking, migrant smuggling, still significant threats in Asia. An illustration of resilience and hope, in the face anti-Asian hate. Sacrifice of 9/11 first responders an example of humanity and compassion, UN Chief. First person, a refuge from COVID misinformation. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Yes, Tyra Banks and Lionel Richie have a new ice cream flavor. Did Mountain Dew make a flamin' hot flavor? Is this video of Pluto's surface? Biden presses states to require vaccines for all teachers. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The terror and agony of being a Mexican hitman's son. You don't know everything about Muhammad Ali just yet. LuLaRoe's alleged pyramid scheme was more sinister and outrageous than we thought. The basketball great who stood up to the NBA to protect his fellow players. OMG, I want that house, Scottsdale, AZ. Biden makes like DeSantis and tries to bully the locals. American Rust, please save Jeff Daniels from this Rust Belt nightmare. The wacky story of Democratic Senator Mark Kelly's plane. When MLB star Carlos Delgado fought post-9/11 jingoism. Afghanistan's shitposting Taliban stand finds right-wing fame. The next headlines are from the New York Post. FBI starts releasing newly declassified 9/11 probe documents. Phoebe Waller-Bridge may replace Harrison Ford as lead in Indiana Jones, report. This Mets loss felt painfully familiar. Trevor May calls performance against Yankees his worst all year. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Untangling the Tarantula Nebula, the sky's largest stellar nursery. Snapshot, dusty light veers from a black hole's throat. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Upside-down rhinos win scientists' Ig Nobel Prize. Researchers who dangled rhinos upside down earn Ig Nobel. U.S. likely surpasses 1936 record for hottest summer ever, NOAA says. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Ben Affleck shoves away man who got way too close at Venice airport. Scientists investigating possible polar bear inbreeding, a dire sign for animals' future. CIT, Miami Hurricanes fans catch cat in American flag after insane fall from upper deck. Capitol Police announced disciplinary action against 6 cops for their actions at January 6 riot. Estate of Portland man fatally shot during pro-Trump protests sue city, other officials. Florida woman dies day after being booked into jail. North Carolina man wins 3 lottery jackpots at same store. French abortion drama happening tops Venice Film Festival. Man shot inside N Carolina courthouse after altercation over guilty verdict has died. Speeding driver not wearing seatbelt killed after hitting another car, tree near New Orleans. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. Navy SEALs, Cyprus Special Forces hold anti-terror drill. Green Berets in Guinea escorted by security team after president's overthrow. Wyoming troop deaths 20 years apart bookend Afghanistan war. U.S. pulls missile defenses in Saudi Arabia amid Yemen attacks. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. 4 shot, 1 fatally on South Side, police say. Roof of South Loop building catches fire, no injuries reported. Man charged with being the driver in a fatal shooting, ordered held on $1 million bond. Memorial ceremonies at the sites of the 9/11 terror attacks. Man shot in forehead near Washington Park on South Side critically injured, police say. Chicago grieves 9/11 on 20th anniversary, a wound that will never fully disappear. Boy, 12, killed in South Chicago shooting. Carl Bean, singer-turned-preacher who recorded LGBTQ pride song I Was Born This Way, dies at 77. Chicago grieves on 9/11 anniversary. Teenage boy charged as juvenile in carjacking, armed robbery. The following headlines are from phys.org. Scientists debate promise, peril of tweaking wild genomes. The plant invaders posing a headache for conservationists. Radioactive rhino horns may deter poachers in Africa. Storm olive drenches Mexico's Baja California. Nature Congress calls for protecting 30% of Earth, 80% of Amazon. Prehistoric winged lizard unearthed in Chile. Mars rocks collected by Perseverance boost case for ancient life. Zoo Atlanta, positive virus tests among gorilla population. California firefighters chase new fires ignited by lightning. Image, Hubble captures a sparkling cluster. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, September 12th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The 19 best dog foods for 2021. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. U.S. edges Canada in Rugby W Cup qualifier after second leg win. Britain savors a new sporting star in tennis champ Raducanu. Pakistan police arrest alleged child abusers, seek suspects. Baylor, Nolan help Oregon State beat Hawaii 45-27. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Word Game, September 12, 2021. Horoscope September 12, 2021, Jennifer Hudson, play by the rules. Ask Amy, strangers have started calling me a name I cannot stand. Dear Abby, my father asked me to keep his secret, but I'm ready to spill it. Stanford scores another shocker at USC. Saturday Night 5, Pac-12 loses games but wins the weekend, barely, Cal and Washington flounder, a Hilton watch and more. Lightning sparked fires close Sequoia National Park entrance. Wildfire forces closure of part of I-5 in California. Walnut Creek man's death along Oregon coast due to innocent mistake, witness says. The latest, ex-Afghan leader hosts tribal elders on 9/11. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Trump, magnificent reality of denuclearized Korea within reach. Newsom, GOP rival seek votes and recalls final weekend. WhatsApp to let users store encrypted backups to cloud. America celebrates heroes, mourns losses on 20th anniversary of 9/11 attacks. Liberty returning to in-person classes after 2-week break. Estate of Trump supporter fatally shot after Portland rally Sioux City over death. Taliban flag rises over seat of power on fateful anniversary. New York governor signs bill to broaden first responder definition to include 911 dispatchers. Texas GOP website hacked, apparently as retaliation for Heartbeat Act. French abortion drama happening tops Venice Film Festival. The next headlines are from The Intercept. An FBI informant's unlikely role in upcoming Supreme Court case on surveillance of Muslims. The Guantanamo Bay internment camp is an unresolved vestige of the American occupation of Afghanistan. FBI terrorism stings, 2 decades of national security theater. 9/11 and the Saudi connection. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, September 12, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. 2 critically wounded in Lawndale shooting. CPD officer shot at in Little Village, police. Horoscope for Sunday, September 12, 2021. St. Vincent, Jamila Woods, Georgia and Muldrow, Faye Webster ignites weltering A2 of Pitchfork. 1 killed, 5 wounded, in West Pullman shooting, including 15-year-old girl. Dylan Cease falters in White Sox loss to Red Sox. Woman in custody after 12-year-old boy killed in South Chicago shooting. Woman, 17-year-old boy, shot after argument in Bronzeville. Pitchfork Music Festival 2021, Day 2 photo highlights. It's true, there's a right where every team wants to be. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Up government ad with Kolkata flyover image sparks TMC BJP row. Pakistan roundup, reshuffle in army top brass, and more. Corona letter, antibody tests may not tell the whole story. Jadeja questions BCCI's appointment of T20WC mentor. Arvind Kejriwal re-elected AAP national convener. How Samsung is planning to make phones faster. Live, NEET UG examination 2021 underway. Apple's biggest event of 2021. Other top tech news. 14 tablets that you can buy under Rs. 35,000. BCCI and ECB deadlocked over test series status. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, September 12, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Review, Comp at White Oak Music Hall, September 10, 2021. The next headlines are about world records making news. World's largest Lego F1 car to be built in Saudi for charity, Trade Arabia. Offbeat Oregon, Osu's world record-breaking chicken sparked a foul feud with newspaper, The News Guard. Rainhill Cricket Club to host Guinness World Record attempt, St. Helens Star. Australian man with chronic pain sets world record by holding plank for over 9 hours, newsdaily.com. Washing machine sea scuppers paddle boaters world record bid, but leaves Highland Hospice 1,800 better off. Ross Shire Journal. Elaine Thompson Harris hunt for the world record, the boar. Guinness World Record winning marine survey is celebrating 90 years, Plymouth Live. Futuricam electric truck goes 683 miles on a single charge, sets Guinness World Record, car scoops. Dad of twins breaks 2 world records on racing scooter, Lancashire Telegraph. Australia-based Kerala girls aim record, to sing 193 national anthems for World Peace Lifestyle Women English Monorama, on Manorama. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Salesforce will help employees worried about abortion access exit Texas. Apple, don't attach your iPhone to motorcycles, mopeds, or scooters if you want the camera to last. Batman, Wayne Family Adventures, DC's first webtoon, is a delight. 15 X-Files guest stars who helped make the show a classic. In Runs Gone Wrong, the social network has been roboticized. Instagram is working on an update that will allow you to see your favorites first. Another court rules that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis can indeed ban school mask mandates. Dragonlance's creators are creating a new RPG world with D&D's rules. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Adrar in Algeria at 113 degrees Fahrenheit or 45 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Twitch sues users over alleged hate raids against streamers. Aliens board game is another ho-hum dungeon crawler. California Senate passes warehouse workers bill, taking aim at Amazon. Porsche and Siemens break ground on low-carbon e-fuel plant in Chile. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Was Rudy Giuliani drunk out of his mind when he impersonated the Queen of England at 9/11 dinner? Calls for unity as divided U.S. marks 20th anniversary of 9/11. Numerous Saudi Arabia officials implicated in newly released FBI report, 9/11 families united. Attendance calamity at Kentucky rally featuring pro-Trump conspiracy theorists. QAnon Congresswoman calls Democrat Nazis, while lying on Twitter about vaccine safety. Major company offers help moving employees out of Texas after GOP's anti-abortion law. Trump predicts that somebody will decertify the 2020 election he lost to Biden. Capitol Police recommends disciplinary action against 6 officers for January 6 misconduct. Republican threatened by racist misogynist for not going along with controversial Arizona audit. Here is the shocking way Texas AG Ken Paxton commemorated 9/11 anniversary. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. These purple urchin slayers are trying to save Pacific kelp forests. As the U.S. fled Kabul, its final airstrike may have targeted an innocent man. Biden calls for unity in 9/11 remembrance video. The weather feels the same. The messy truth about carbon footprints. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Lee Wolverton, when it's who's on our side over who's right, we're in trouble, Huntington Herald-Dispatch. Looking for interstellar monuments, Scientific American. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Kreb and Krebin to identified neurons gate long-term memory formation in Drosophila, pnas.org. Predator-induced maternal effects determine adaptive anti-predator behaviors via egg composition, pnas.org. All or none disconnection of pyramidal inputs onto parvalbumin-positive interneurons gates ocular dominance plasticity, pnas.org. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Among the billionaires behind this anti-aging company may be Jeff Bezos, Ladders. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, September 12th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The vindication of Tom DeLonge. Army confirms testing of UFO debris. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, September 12th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.